If you're getting ready to take the 2026 TOEFL, you want real practice questions created with guidance from the exam makers themselves. Well, you're in the right place. Hi there, I'm Elizabeth with Study.com. As an official TOEFL test prep partner, our practice questions are designed to match the real test experience as closely as possible to make sure you're ready for test day. Today we're focusing on the 2026 listening section, specifically the Listen to an Academic Talk task. The TOEFL listening section in the 2026 test is now adaptive, shorter, and more tailored to how you actually use English. What do I mean by adaptive? The test adjusts in real time to your performance, making every exam feel a bit more personalized. Instead of a fixed set of lectures and conversations, you'll start with a general set of listening tasks and then get easier or harder questions based on how you're doing, all within about 29 minutes. This listening portion of the TOEFL includes listen and reply, listen to a conversation, listen to an announcement, and listen to an academic talk sections. Because the section is shorter and adaptive, practicing real style questions is more important than ever. The academic talk section mirrors the kind of language you would hear in real college classes. Here's the good news. You don't need prior knowledge about any of these topics. These talks are about 2 to 3 minutes long and are designed so that everything you need to answer the question is included directly in the audio. So while topics may include history, art, social science, or the sciences, the TOEFL isn't measuring your knowledge of these subjects, but how well you understand themes, follow explanations, comprehend vocabulary words in context, and make reasonable inferences from what you hear. At the end of the day, the test simply wants to see whether you can listen the way a university student listens. Now let's talk about what actually happens when you get to these types of questions on test day. The experience is very straightforward and follows the same rhythm every time. At the beginning of the test, you'll see a page of instructions. Be sure to read them carefully, since these explain how information is presented and how you'll need to move through the questions. Next, you'll see a short title screen that introduces the topic, something like this. After that, the audio begins automatically. The speaker delivers a short academic talk that sounds like a professor explaining a concept or a speaker presenting information in an academic setting. The talk plays one time from start to finish without any pauses or repeats. When the audio ends, you'll get a series of multiple choice questions related to the talk you just heard. The screen transitions directly to the first question and will remain on the screen while you select and submit your answer. Once you click Next, you won't be able to go back to the question, so make sure you read all the questions and all the answer choices carefully. That's where active listening stops being a buzzword and becomes your strongest tool on the academic talk section. When the audio begins, your goal isn't to catch every word the speaker says. Your goal is to follow how the speaker builds their explanation. Academic talks are carefully organized. The speaker usually introduces the topic, explains the main idea, adds supporting details or examples, and then connects everything together before moving on. If you listen for that flow instead of individual sentences, the talk becomes much easier to understand. As you listen, certain phrases should immediately grab your attention. These are signal phrases, and they act like flashing signs telling you this matters. When you hear things like, for example, in contrast, as a result, or the main idea is, that's your clue to pay attention. These words usually signal explanations, causes, or key details. Those moments are often exactly where the test questions come from. If you train yourself to notice these transitions, you'll start predicting the questions before they even appear on the screen. Try to listen like a detective who's looking for clues. You're hunting for meaning, relationships, and purpose. You want to know why the speaker mentioned something, not just what they said. When you approach the academic talk this way, it stops feeling like a memory test and starts feeling like a comprehension task you can control. And that's exactly how the TOEFL wants you to handle it. Let's try the Listen to an Academic Talk task together. I'm going to play part of an audio clip. Though the audio in the actual test will probably be a little bit longer, this exercise gives you an idea of how to listen. After the audio plays, answer the multiple choice questions along with me. You might want to take some notes while you listen. Ready? Let's begin.
Nutrition and fitness are key to living a healthy life. Nutrition refers to the food and drinks we consume and how they help our bodies. Eating healthy foods such as fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains gives us the energy we need to stay active. Fitness, on the other hand, is about physical activity. Exercises like running, swimming, or weightlifting can strengthen the heart, improve muscles, and reduce stress. When combined, good nutrition and regular exercise can help prevent illnesses like heart disease and diabetes. To stay healthy, it's important to eat a balanced diet and include physical activity in your daily routine.
Let's look at the first question. What is the main idea of the lecture? Take a look at your notes, if you took some, and see if you can identify the correct answer. If you chose B, a healthy life requires both good nutrition and fitness, you'd be right. The speaker discussed foods and activities that can keep you healthy. There was a bit more detail given, but this is the general point or main idea of the talk. Let's try another question. Which of the following is an example of a healthy food mentioned in the lecture? The correct answer is whole grains. This question ensures you're paying attention to the details given by the speaker. As you're listening, jot down things like this, since you can refer to your notes when answering the questions. Ready for the next question? Here it comes. What is one benefit of regular physical activity mentioned in the lecture? This is another detailed question. Did you have this in your notes? If you selected B, it reduces stress, you'd be absolutely right. You're getting good at this. Let's try another one. What can happen if you combine good nutrition and regular exercise? The correct answer is you can prevent illnesses like heart disease and diabetes. Sometimes the answers are going to be pretty obvious, but be careful to read all answer choices anyway, even if you think the first one might be right. Let's do one more. What does the lecturer recommend for staying healthy? The correct answer is C, eating a balanced diet and being active every day. The other answer choices either weren't mentioned at all or misinterpreted what the speaker said. Nice work! Now you have a clearer understanding of how to prepare and tackle the academic talk questions on the TOEFL. If you want even more practice, Study.com is an official TOEFL test prep partner. That means our practice questions are designed to mirror the structure, timing, and skills measured on the updated 2026 TOEFL test. When you sign up, you'll get a personalized AI tutor that can show you the skills you need to work on and which ones you're better at. As you continue to practice, your study plan will adjust to your improvement so you can focus on exactly what you need to in order to pass the TOEFL. And when you practice in a format that feels like test day, you build the strategy, pacing, and confidence you'll use for the real exam. If you want to try it out, click the link in the description below. Sign up and you'll get access to a full-length practice test plus ongoing guided drills. If you found this video useful, give me a thumbs up and share it with any of your friends who are getting ready to take the TOEFL. And don't forget to check out more videos and subscribe to this channel so you can get even more great TOEFL information and practice help. Good luck with your prep, and remember, consistency plus smart practice equals success on your TOEFL. See you in the next video.